The Sustainable Green Team is a company that is leading the way in revolutionizing sustainability through the utilization of state-of-the-art technology. The primary objective is to convert waste into valuable nutrients, thereby creating a positive impact on the planet. And by offering these innovative solutions, the Sustainable Green Team is actively assisting companies in achieving their climate sustainability targets. And with me is CEO and founder Tony Raynor to bring us up to date on what you've been doing. And let's just talk about what problem you're trying to solve. How big of a problem is soil depletion globally?
Well, if you really take a look at soil depletion, over 50% of the world's arable, agricultural land, it's destroyed. And that's a real issue because people talk about global warming and, and disasters that are happening. Well, when you have land that's depleted, that's putting off heat, that causes a lot of issues.
Yeah. Well, I grew up on a farm and they've been talking about this for decades. And there's different methods, but I guess this is still an issue that we're dealing with. And globally, I'm sure, some countries, don't have all the technology that the U.S. farmers do. Now, how is the Sustainable Green Team and the VRM technology working to alleviate this problem?
Well, if you really take a look at it, with how many people, billions that we have on this planet and how big the issue is, the incredible part about how we're able to scale this technology is one of the main ingredients that we utilize with our technology is waste. So everybody's got to go to the bathroom, everybody's got to eat, and together we're able to combine those and with our catalyst and our patented processes, and we restore and create humus in soil.
Okay, and work as kind of a high-powered fertilizer, it sounds like a little bit.
It's very high in phosphorus, it's got all the right ingredients, and there's enough waste out there to solve the world's issues.
Now, what about capturing carbon? Are you working in that area, and if so, how, and how is that helping companies meet their climate goals?
Well, if you take a look at the traditional ways that waste has been handled before, most everybody understands what composting is. And they believe that, hey, this is a great way to reduce the waste because we have so much of it. But they don't realize that composting actually is a very old method and it releases gas into the atmosphere. And so with our patented process and the way that our procedures work, we actually sequester that carbon and we do not release any. So it's a zero net carbon process. And so everything that we do that's taking waste that would normally go into a landfill, we put it through this process, and not only are we at zero net carbon, but we're actually sequestering it.
So explain that process and what are your goals with VRM to be able to achieve that?
Well, even just right here in the U.S., we have 1 billion acres of land between agricultural and livestock. And so every acre of land utilizing our technology, about 1 ton of waste can be turned into soil. And so for every 1 ton that we do, that is a carbon credit that can come from that. So every bit that we do that's restoring actually does create a credit. And so that we believe that our goal ultimately over the next few years is to be able to capture enough carbon on 1 billion acres of land worldwide.
I was going to ask about what your goal was, or if you had like kind of a measurable thing you were aiming towards. So, well, that's interesting. We're seeing the protests going on in Europe among the farmers because of some of the regulations. So you could have a solution so that everybody's somewhat happy with this.
Yeah, it's incredible. If you think about it, just in the U.S. alone, 80 million tons of food gets thrown in a landfill. So just that alone could be utilized to solve our problem right here in the U.S.
Yeah. No, it's a shame that food gets thrown away. Well, thank you. And I look forward to updates as this year goes on, Tony.
Absolutely.
And your technology starts to become more implemented.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.